Well, it was a great day when Alabama loses, even though they lost to Tennessee. And I talked about some of this in a podcast of things you love to hate and things you hate to love. And then nothing could be better than uh, Texas getting beat by Georgia. Uh, you know, and one of the worst losses by a number one team at home makes it even better. But I hate to say that, watching the Arkansas and LSU game was a disappointment. Um, you know, the high hopes after Tennessee were dashed pretty fast by a great coach. Again, premium coaches cost about 50% more. You see, they're in the $9 million range, such as LSU. They don't make a whole lot of mistakes. We're subject to making a lot of mistakes, and I talked to some of the better sports people in my neighborhood, and that included Dave Woodman, and all said that Arkansas had a chance to win if they didn't make mistakes. Well, they made a lot of mistakes. That happens when you have a coach who has never been successful as a head coach. I realize he had a lot of people that liked him. Sam Pittman's a nice guy, but not having experience as a head coach and being able to win uh, the games that are close has been proven over the last 5 years. His losses are pretty substantial in games decided by just one score. But he was pretty well outplayed and outcoached all throughout the game when they decided to do the short passes and not go long, and that kind of made it easy for them to control the ball. And Arkansas had some terrible turnovers, whether it was the quarterback having an interception or having a fumble. So I think that the experiment over the last 5 years is pretty well proven to be wrong, and I don't know. I think Hunter Yurchek has probably seen that. Uh, it's a little bit like when the basketball team went for years there, and then finally he pulled the plug and went to Eric Musselman. You had to find somebody that had the ability to make that. And of course, recently with Calipari, he willing to get the money out there to hire a, a premier coach, and that's what's going to have to be done with the football program. The years that Pittman's been successful, he's had he brought in a former head coach, and he did that with Odom when previously when they beat Texas at home, and then this year, of course, he's had Petrino in to help, but that's still a proven experiment whether Petrino, when given the range, would be able to create a team that doesn't have the errors. Now, we saw that in the era of Lou Holtz, and boy, he was a stickler for making sure that you didn't make errors. And I think the successful coaches at Arkansas have had that reputation. Uh, well, some of the people I've seen are like the former coach at Mississippi State in Florida. He spoke at the Touchdown Club. He would be a great prospect. And then you've got others that are sitting around because of the way the salary situation has changed. There are a lot of great coaches that are out there that are available. And you could go around and start looking at that. But I think that move will be kind of expedited, particularly this next week if you fail to win at Mississippi State. And that's going to be a really tough game. And that would probably be the decider whether you go to a bowl or not. So it was going from being in the playoffs to now, will you really be able to make the bowl? And I think that it's 50-50 there. Very doubtful in some ways that, Arkansas is looking for kind of a loss now that might not be expected, and that might be the one. So we'll wait and see on that one, but it's still, I think the time has come to make a major move in the coaching of on the football program, much like was done with the basketball program.